This is Walt Disney World Today. Give us 5 minutes and we'll give you the world.
It's Monday, October 6th, 2008, and this is episode 471 of WDW Today. I'm Matt Hochberg of StudioCentral.com, returning once again after a little bit of a break. And joining me is Mike Newell of Mouse World Radio. Welcome, Mike.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Jerk. I hate all of you. I just want to let it be known that I've heard everything.
Here he goes.
And as you can tell, I've already fired Len and Scopa. It's only Newell because I didn't want to record this show myself. Once I find a worthy replacement, I will fire him as well. So your time here is limited, my friend.
Listen, do what you got to do.
You know that we've been staying in this past weekend. This past weekend we stayed at a vacation home. For those of you who tuned into our live show yesterday, we had a live show from our vacation home, and we decided we wanted to see what vacation homes are all about. As you probably know, or you may not know if you're new to the show, our Friday sponsor is All-Star Vacation Homes, and we had the idea, well, let's do a show from a vacation home, and they actually went one step further and said, well, why don't you guys stay here for the weekend and, see how it's really like, kind of soak it all in. And we said, all right. I mean, we're not one to turn down an offer like that, and we took them up on it. Actually, it was Mike Newell's idea, so, give credit where credit is due.
So you can't fire me.
And so Newell and I stayed here in the week, and we also had Josh and Sarah, who are researchers for the Unofficial Guide, and some other people who joined us as well. My wife stayed with us, and we've been here. We stayed here for the weekend, and it was an interesting experience. I think we came in here, Mike. Going into this, I think we had been in vacation homes before, but I think we had I don't know if to say we had low expectations would be incorrect for me to say, but I think we had a certain level of expectations, and I think our expectations were totally blown away. Would you say that's right?
Oh yeah. Coming from as a DVC member, I had certain expectations of what a townhome should be like, and coming into this, I had that limitation of what it was going to be like, but this totally blew my mind away with what it was. I was the first one to check in on Friday.
Yeah.
So I was able to come in, and I had the house to myself for quite a while, and I just wanted to soak it all in before the rest of the guys came in. And it was it's just surreal.
Now talk a little bit about the check-in process, because you're the one who checked, and I was not there for the check-in process because I was at work. How easy was it? Can you compare it to Disney World check-in?
Oh yeah. The check-in was very professional, very quick, very very nice. It's a little different than checking in at a resort because the houses are situated in an estate-type setting, so it's a gated community. The office, or the front desk, if you will, is located in a shopping center right off of 192. So I went there first, and once I found the place, I checked in, and the staff greeted me, gave me something similar. When you check in at a Disney resort, you get the folder with the maps and the times and
right.
all the local attractions, and they gave me a couple of keys for the gates because it's a private gated community. I drove in, found the place. They showed me where it was on the map. Drove into the house, checked, opened the door, and haven't left since.
Yeah, I mean it's located about, what'd you say, a little less than 2 miles from Disney World property, the property line.
Yeah, you could see Everest.
That's right. We can see Expedition Everest from our place.
From the front door. If you stand outside the front door, you can see Everest Mountain, which is kind of really cool.
Yeah, this is where this location is. All-Star Vacation Homes has a couple of different estates or areas communities that they are in, and ours is closest to the Animal Kingdom.
Right.
And so it's not that far away. It's not like you're going like 10-minute drive or anything like that. It's very close. I mean, really, if it wasn't for traffic, that would be the biggest issue. You know what I mean?
It's off 192.
Yep.
So if you can get past that, it's not a problem. I thought it would be a lot further away.
Yeah, I did too.
I really did, and I'm a little bit hesitant about staying off property. I've become a property snob, and I like staying on property. So coming here, I was like, okay, what kind of adventure is 192 going to bring me? And it was it's two traffic lights.
Yeah, not even.
From Animal Kingdom, and it's really close.
Yeah, no, it's great. One of the things that I think is great about this is we're staying in a unit that has 4 master bedrooms and it's a kiddie room. It's themed to Finding Nemo, which it's themed wonderfully, by the way.
Right.
It's really well done. It's got a blue hue to it. There's Nemo characters in the bed. There's Nemo stuffed animals. There's paintings on the wall. Very well done. And so obviously this is a big house. They have different units. I mean, obviously for smaller families, larger families. But the amenities that we have over here has been to the point where, obviously we're coming from a background of being in Disney World property and staying in a number of different resorts, but really the amenities that we have in this one vacation home is really enough to the point where I think we've all been saying, and saying to ourselves and thinking in our minds, it's fun being in Disney World, but you know what? I really want to go back to the vacation home and take advantage of what we have over here, because that's how cool it really is for us to be over here.
That was a problem I found myself in on Friday when I checked in. My plan was to come here, check in, and then head right over to Epcot. It's food and wine. There's lots going on. But when I wound up staying here the whole day, because we had the private pool, went in the pool.
Yeah, and there's a number of amenities. Let's talk about the amenities.
Yeah.
Mike, as you mentioned, there is a pool and a jacuzzi, hot tub, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's
which is very nice, by the way. There is a movie theater.
Yes.
Which is very nice.
Yes.
We have a pool. There's the game room. There's the pool table.
Yep.
There's a Donkey Kong machine over there.
Mm-hmm.
If some of you had been watching over the weekend, and we had some webcams up over the course of the weekend in coordination with the live show, so you may have seen a lot of this stuff. There's obviously a kitchen, dining room, kitchen table,
full kitchen with all
laundry services.
Yeah. I've been doing laundry all weekend.
Yeah, I mean, and the pool is covered. It's not fenced in. What's it called?
It's screened in.
Right. Yeah, it's almost like I can hear it coming out.
There's people.
Yeah, there's people here. No, it's a screened pool, and so it's beautiful because that way there's no bugs.
Right.
There's no you're protected from pretty much the elements aside from rain. Obviously, the
right.
rain's kind of missed through, but luckily the weather cooperated for the most part. And what's great about it is you can go swimming whenever you want. You can, it's not a walk, it's not a hike anywhere. It's just here I am, and it's 2 feet away. And
go
it's
right
just
to the patio, and
it's so relaxing. It's so much fun being able to come in and go to the park for a little bit, come back over here, relax, and I really like it quite a bit. Obviously, one of the things you mentioned, Mike, was being that we're off property, so we lose out on a couple of things. We lose out on Magical Express, we lose out on extra magic hours,
that's right.
and we lose out on there is a commute time. Obviously, even at the worst Disney World resort in terms of distance, like All Star or Coronado or something like that, I mean that time is going to be less to commute to any of the parks than it is for us. Although Animal Kingdom is very close to us.
Right. The way we've been entering in, Animal Kingdom is right there. So if you go into Epcot or Magic Kingdom, you have a little bit of traveling to do. I say we're 10 minutes away from anything.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you're definitely going to have to get a rental car.
Yes.
There is no recourse. There's no other way of getting here.
Right,
Unless you
have
really wanted to pay. I mean, I take that back. You could get taxes.
You could
but you pay a ridiculous amount of money for it.
Right.
So you definitely need a rental car, which is fun. It's easy. And that's your means of getting around. The good news is being off property, everything's very cheap off property. You get food is very cheap. You can go to the supermarket. You can go to a number of restaurants that are around the area. It's $192. The good thing about it is there's a lot of different selections over there, and not all of it is expensive. Certainly going to be a lot cheaper than Disney World. So while you still can't eat in Disney, do everything you want in Disney, if you need that break financially, never mind mentally or physically, you can come back off there and have a nice meal for a group of 4 and only spend $40.
Well, that's what we did yesterday. We had a group of 6, let's say. And yesterday we went out and got pizza.
Yeah.
Which we got beat up on the webcam because they were like, "Why are you at Disney and ordering out pizza?" Well, you know what? It saved us a couple of dollars. And today there's a full size grill in the back.
Yeah.
So we're barbecuing today. We have hamburgers and hot dogs, and that's what we're having today. And that also is a savings because instead of 6 people going, even to Ohana,
yep,
it's going to run you a couple $100. Here it's only running us, $60.
I'll put a link in the show notes actually to the full details about our house because you can see all the different amenities, and they have so many different amenities that they have. I mean, in terms of different houses and what is included in each house, you can kind of match up with what you're interested in. So, I think what would be interesting, a vacation home I think would be best if you're spending, I would say at least a week over here. I think, because that way you'll have not only time to spend in the parks, because obviously you're going to Walt Disney World, you're going to the parks.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a vacation home, it gives you, if you're staying there for a long time, like a week, that works out even better because it'll give you some time in the house. Also, I think a vacation home is great for people who have people in their group who aren't interested in going to Disney World or not interested in going to Disney World all the time. Like, perhaps you have grandparents that are coming down who physically can't do it, or maybe not that interested. Maybe they're interested in going a day or two, but they'd like to be able to just relax. And while Disney World resorts are great, the problem is that, it's a little daunting, I think, for some people who don't, who want to have a little privacy, want to have things to themselves, and having people, if you're not interested in spending all your time at Walt Disney World, there are people in your groups who aren't interested in that. I think that presents you an interesting option for you to be able to spend time over here in the vacation home and take advantage of what you have over here because there are such really great amenities over here.
What's also great about this particular house, and most of them are this size, like you mentioned, the 4 master bedrooms. If you travel as a group, like sometimes, we'll go with my sister-in-law and her family, or my brothers. Here, everyone gets their own master suite, their own master bedroom. So you're not like one person gets the master room and the other people get a small bed in a hotel room.
Yeah, and that brings up a good point, because this house, for instance, has 4 master bedrooms plus another bedroom. So that's 4 bathrooms, 5 bedrooms. To get that kind of size of unit, now you're looking at a grand villa or something like that.
Right.
If they even support that many people, let's assume they do. You know what you're paying for that?
Right.
And that's a ridiculous amount of money.
And you're only getting 1 master bedroom.
Yeah. And over here, that's right. Let's go. Never mind that. But even if you let's just go people to people. How many people you can put in this unit in a vacation home versus whatever Disney World has? The price difference is so immense, so wide. I don't want to quote numbers, I don't have them, but I can tell you that while this vacation home is going to run you $300 or $400 a night during whatever, given the season changes, blah blah blah.
Right.
Staying on property, you're going to be. What do grand villas go for? A lot more than that.
Oh, yeah.
Would you say at least double that?
At least.
Probably more.
More, depending on.
It depends on the season,
right?
And obviously, we don't want to give you numbers.
If you're paying cash, absolutely. And I'm so used to staying in a grand villa, so this is actually a treat for me, where it's so.
Yeah.
So different. And checking in, since I was the first one here, I figured, I'm going to get the best room. I'm going to find the best room and move right in. One bed, one master suite was nicer than the other. I had a hard time actually picking which one I wanted to stay in.
I'm going to say this, though. I think that if you're going to Walt Disney World, if it's your first trip, or if you consider yourself a thing, you know what I mean, in terms of trips, if you're kind of new to the whole thing, I would say staying on property is better simply because it's less details. It's easier for you to manage. But I think for those visitors, those of you listening who have been to Walt Disney World a couple times now, feel fairly comfortable, as in, you know where everything is, and you know where, you've been on pretty much, you've ridden everything maybe once at least. It gives you that opportunity to, staying off property, staying in a vacation home, gives you a different look at things. It changes up a little bit. And people are always saying, I've done everything, what can I do now? And I think this will give you a different approach to it, if that makes sense. So someone, again, if someone was new to the whole thing, I'm going to Walt Disney World for the first time, or I haven't been in like 10 years, I would probably say, you know what, vacation home, I don't think personally would be a great option. It's not something wrong with it, but I would say you probably want to stay on property. But for a vast majority of our listeners who have been to Walt Disney World a number of times,
right,
I think it's a great idea to really take a good look at this, because again, the cost benefit, the amenity benefit, those are huge big things right there for you, and can really make your experience in your vacation a whole lot different and better in a way, certainly.
Absolutely. And if you come as a large group, there's really no better place to go.
Oh, I agree. I mean, obviously for that, large groups, there's no con.
Yeah.
Family of 4, you can, they have different varieties. And, one of the things I kind of worry about is obviously, they're one of our sponsors, All-Star Vacation Homes, but I've been in other vacation homes, both All-Star and not, and just the experience, again, it's like that, oh yeah, this really isn't, it's not like you're hiking 20 miles. There are vacation homes all around the area, and you can find some as close as All-Star is. There's other vacation homes that are a little bit further away, a lot farther away. You have, like the Sheraton Vistana. I know those are like, they're basically, but same idea.
Right.
And you get varying distances, so it gives you different options for what you do. But the bottom line is, the good news is that it's very easy to get Disney World from here, and that traveling isn't, I don't think, as much of an issue, especially with these that are located so close as you might think. Any closing thoughts, Mike, about the vacation home? Any experiences or stories you wanted to share?
No, like I said, check-in was great. So far, the staff has been fantastic. We've had no problems here. To me, it's the next best thing to staying on property.
Yeah, I like that. It's a good slogan. We should charge them to use that slogan. The next best thing.
A copyright, Mike Newell. Thank you.
That's right. So yeah, that's I think. Again, really great thing. If you had an opportunity to check us out on the live show and webcams, you might have a different a different perspective on everything, as you might have seen it firsthand. But I think we generally like the vacation home experience, and it's something that I think we'd like to definitely look into on a further trip.
Absolutely.
Well, that'll do it for us today. If you want to find our older episodes, read our show notes, or send us your comments, visit the WDW Today website at www.wdwtoday.com. For Len Testo, Mike Scopa, and Mike Newell, I'm Matt Hotchford. We'll see you on Show.
This has been a production of Mouse World Radio.